Alright, hey everybody. I wanted to do a quick demo on brushes in Photoshop. Also works in most other programs. I'm going to turn my head off so that you... Actually, no, I'm just going to leave it on so you can see me. I'm only going to work on one layer anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I'm going to create a tree very quickly. I'm just going to click on a dark brown to create the trunk. And I'm not going to do this like really clean. I'm just going to... Okay, so here's a tree. Here's some branches. You may notice that my brush is changing thicknesses depending on the angle that I've got it in. Okay, so that's because I have a special pen which detects the rotation. If I used a regular pen, it would not, it only goes in one direction. See? It either goes sideways or up and down. So with this pen, I can rotate the nib, so I can make skinny lines or fat lines depending on which direction I'm going in. Or if I turn the pen, I can make skinny lines and fat lines. So I don't have to worry about pressure. Pressure also can be turned on and off, but that's not important for this particular demo yet. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm not really happy with this tree. Let me try something. Let me reshape it a little bit. I didn't want so many branches, and I'm just doing this super sloppy. Nothing really rocket science about what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get some branches. You know, we're just gonna pretend like it's a pine tree. Oops. And I'm going to remake this brush so that you can see what I'm going to do here. Okay, so when you define a brush preset, you need to basically tell the computer what the brush is going to be. Like most of the time when you click on your brushes, let's see, like your general brushes, these are just round. But you can make them into any shape you want. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to remake this brush. I've already done it a few times, so just to show you, walk you through the process. I'm going to make a really skinny rectangle, and I'm going to zoom in on that rectangle. I want to make it more skinny, because we're going to do a pine tree, and I need to make a pine needle so that we can use that, because the whole point of creating a brush is to take the repetitiveness out of the equation. So it'll do it, you do something once and make it, the computer does it many times for you. So this is going to be the single pine needle. Option delete or alt delete will fill it with green, and maybe it may not be green. It's not going to, I'm not going to specify the color. But what you do is you go up to edit, define brush preset. This is about the third time I've done this, so I'm just going to call it pine needle 3. Okay, so down here I have pine needle 3 up here, and let me turn off the selection. Option D or alt D to deselect, and now I have this fat line. Now I can only move sideways because right now it doesn't have rotation turned on. You may not be able to do this with yours if your pen does not do it, but you can click on the greater than, less than sign, and it will rotate the brush. Oops, it's actually cycling through. I forgot which one it was. There's a way of cycling through your brushes to... I'll have to find the quick key. I don't remember what it is. But anyway, I'm going to go to Shape Dynamics and check that box, and I'm going to turn on rotation. So now when I turn my pen, it does this. And there's shortcut keys for it, and again, I will let you know what they are. I want to get rid of this stuff up here right now because I'm done with it. So I'm just going to fill that with white and deselect. They changed the deselect to shortcut tool. It's not the same. So go back to a brush. So I'm going to make a bunch of pine needles. So I'm just going to go tap. Let me zoom out. I need that to be a little bigger. Bigger brush, bracket key. So I'm just going to go tap, 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 tap. That'll do for now. Now I'm going to, again, let me erase this part just so that I don't have that included. I'm going to draw a box around here, and now I'm going to do, again, define brush preset under the edit, and I'm going to call this pine needle bunch 1. Okay, so now deselect. Now when I tap, I have a bunch of pine needles, and again they're all at the same angle. I need to turn on rotation. Now rotation works for me, and it might work for you, but you would need to use the shortcut key. Again, I'll find it. I gotta remember. I'm gonna do the pine needles on another layer. So actually, let me erase these pine needles so we don't need those anymore. E will give you the eraser, B will give you the brush. I'm going to do this on a new layer so that I'm not going to mess things up. Holding down the space bar will bring you over. So now I can tap pine needles all over the tree. And you can hear me tapping. Here's the other thing I can do. I can take a group here. Let me do it again. Let's take this section. And this is going to be ugly because I didn't want to have this part. Edit. Define brush preset. Pine bunch 2. So now I can tap, deselect. Now when I tap, I have all of this. I didn't mean to grab the ones on the corner, but I'm just doing this quick and dirty so that you can see. I need to turn on Shape Dynamics again, which is trickier because with a weird shaped nib, you can't quite tell. I'll click on Rotation. Now I can spin this thing around and put a bunch of pine needles everywhere. Unfortunately, it included the branch. I should have made sure that it's out there, but I'm just covering up this tree. Now, another thing you can also do is change it so that you have different colors. So if I click on Color Dynamics and have the hue jitter change, that means the actual color of the brush can change. And saturation, I will let that also play, and we'll see what happens. So I don't know if we got some, I can tell it's a little bit different. Can you see the greens are different? I'm going to make it really different so that you can see it more clearly, like this lighter green. So just by varying the amount of pressure. I'm going to press really hard. See how it goes more towards the yellow? I'm going to press really lightly. But see how just tapping will give you different different hues, varying saturation. So I just quickly populated the tree with a bunch of pine needles, and that's the point of creating a brush. You want to be able to repeat something quickly and have it function for you. Now, brushes can also work as erasers. So if I pick the eraser tool over here, go back to my brushes, and choose, let's say, the this first set of pine needles. Oops, maybe this set. Okay, so now this is an eraser. I can erase, and I need to turn on rotation again. With rotation, now I can change the angle where I'm erasing. The thing is, you want to be able to erase like sections, because you may not like the way it looks, and then when you brush them back in, you can just tap, tap. Now, I would have made these pine needle bunches a lot clearer. I should have actually, but I wanted to just show you just how quickly you can get a lot done with very little work if you plan your tools correctly. Now, this can be done with like windows on a building, anything that repeats, you know, like you could have bullets spraying out of a gun, but this is a bitmap program, so you're only going to have the colors that you can specify. With a vector program, you can actually use an image to create a repetitive thing. Okay? I hope that's useful to you. I know this is kind of going pretty quickly, but you should be able to play this back and follow through with what I did. If not, I'll do it again. I just want to make sure everybody gets it. If you already know how to do this, you can apply this to any of your current projects. But it's really not that hard to create a brush. You just pick a part that you like. So for example, I'm going to pick this corner, edit, define brush preset, pine needle 4, I think. So now we have this. I'm turn on shape dynamics. Again, if you don't have a rotating pen, just use the shortcut key to do the rotation. And I'm going to change the color so that you can see it to like a bright yellow. Or, oh no, you know what? I'll make it pink, just cause. Oh, have to deselect. Now I can apply these pink things. And this is the same thing that I did with my alien with the hibiscus leaves on his shirt. You can drag too, but I find it easier and better results to just tap, tap, tap. Okay? Alright, good luck with this.